Hey, what's up guys? It's TechZoomer talking to you here. And today, I'm not in my usual setup, but it will work. So, in today's video, I want to talk about the iPhone 15 and the state of the rumors and the leaks. Because, again, we just got another leak war for leakers because they are confused, they are discussing the launch date of the iPhone 15. And the most reliable one, macrumors, has said that Apple is expecting to hold the event on September 12th. Launched the iPhone 15 on September 12th, and you will be able to buy the iPhone 15 on September 22. Remember that these dates are, again, just a leak. They are not confirmed by Apple, so we need to hold them by a very big pinch of salt. So, again, which leaks are correct, which leaks are exciting, which leaks should you trust? So, in today's video, I will talk about all the leaks of the iPhone 15, and of course, which ones are true, which ones should you watch out, and of course, 1 month away to go, so I'm really excited. No further ado, don't forget to drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel, let's get started. So, the iPhone 15 will be coming out according to macrumors on September 12th. This is the second Tuesday of September. Just like I told you, for like 1 year straight, Apple always announces the iPhone 15 on a Tuesday and is always mostly on the second Tuesday of September. Accordingly to the past, Apple has only launched the iPhones late once on 2020 with the iPhone 12s because of what we know. But again, I think that this year's iPhone will be on time, although leaks have been telling us that the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max will be late. I'm not sure right now. According to macrumors, they will be also coming out on September 22, so you will be able to buy them on September 22 and watch the launch event on September 12th. For this, I'm really excited because today is August 9, and August 9, the day I'm recording this video, is like literally 1 month away from the new iPhone 15 launch, and I'm super excited. The main thing that I'm excited for is the titanium frame and the new bezel size. For the cameras, not as much. Now that I've bought a camera, I'm into the photography of the camera. Not as much on the iPhone. I love taking photography on the iPhone, making videos on the iPhone, but I fell in love for the Sony cameras, so yeah, I don't really care about the cameras no more. If the rest of the design and the actual frame is not changed, then I won't be upgrading for the iPhone 15. But to start with the iPhone 15, biggest and best upgrade will be USB-C. EU has passed laws that for 2024, all devices that have big bodies that can accommodate a port, they will need to switch out to USB-C. And so the iPhone will comply with that. And Apple is going to do it this year, 2023, with the iPhone 15. The iPhone 15 and 15 Plus, the two normal models, will feature USB-C 3.0 speeds, not Thunderbolt speeds, while the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max, or the Ultra phones, will feature Thunderbolt speeds. The iPhone Pros, they can record on ProRes, and so they need faster and better ways to transfer those footages to your computer really fast. Currently, if you want to pass like a 20-minute video with ProRes, I did this test, takes like half an hour, 1 hour, depending on the size of the footage. Like, if you're filming a whole video on ProRes, one of my videos, oh my god, it's like 45 minutes just to transfer the footage to my PC or to my Mac to edit, which is crazy because my workflow is like 1 hour, an hour and a half to edit my videos. If more than half of that is just transferring the footage, then I would be doubling my time of editing and recording and working for like 100%, which is insane. I don't need that. I don't want that. Please, Apple, bring ProRes for more people that want to do ProRes on their iPhones. I don't. Now I own a Sony camera, so no more trouble with that. Just use SD cards, which are really fast. While, of course, USB-C will also not improve as that. As you know, USB-C is the most widely available port on the planet. Cars have it, fridge have it, computers have it, tablets have it, cameras have it. Every single device on the earth right now uses USB-C. And if the iPhone switches to that, then, oh my god, this will be total adoption, because when the iPhone does something, everyone else follows. So if the iPhone introduces USB-C, then accessories, restaurants, hotels, every single thing will have just USB-C. This will be huge. Trust me, USB-C on the iPhone will be one of the biggest things on the iPhone for the next few years. So I'm super excited for that, and maybe one of the best features to come to the iPhone in the last few years. But let me know in the comments down below what you think about the USB-C iPhone. Then of course, we have the new design leak. According to rumors, the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max will have a new design. Of course, I'm not sure if the iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Plus will follow, but when Apple launches these new redesigns, they do it to the whole lineup. They don't keep the old design on the normal phones and then of course pass the new design to the newer Pro phones. No, they just do the same design for the whole lineup, the normal iPhones and the Pro iPhones. And that's what I believe Apple will do this year. The iPhone 15s will feature a more comfortable design. They still have these squared off edges, like these flat edges with titanium frames for the Pro models and aluminum frames, and I will get to that later. But as for the design, I do believe, and according to leakers, they will round off a bit on the edges so it's easier to grab and not to cut into your hands. Makes sense for me, just a refinement to Apple's iPhone design. I think I like this squared off design. It's better and better looking than the old round off design, but I do believe Apple wants to refine it, make it more comfortable, better to hold, less, I would say, uncomfortable and less bricky. Currently the iPhone, if you hold it without a case, feels like a small and thin brick, but if Apple can reduce this by rounding off and chamfering off the edges, man, good job. But like I was telling you, Apple is also rumored to put titanium on the iPhone Pro models. The normal iPhones are rumored to keep the same aluminum frames, and it makes sense. Aluminum is a very cheap material to use, and people like it, feels comfortable, looks good, and you can anodize it with colors, while titanium, the material that Apple is using on the new iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max, is crazy. Again, it's a crazy material, because let me explain. Currently, my Apple Watch Ultra has titanium. This watch is totally made of sapphire and titanium. Titanium is an extremely durable material, but is also really light. And gosh, it's crazy because if Apple does this, it will be expensive. Trust me, titanium is really, really expensive. But with the price, it comes complete and utter destruction. Titanium will be indestructible. Like, you can drop your iPhone, no dings, no scratches. Currently we have stainless steel iPhones. Looks amazing, but they are a bit heavy and they can smudge easy and scratch easy. While titanium won't scratch, won't smudge, because it's anodized, so you cannot actually smudge it. And oh my god, it's crazy. I love titanium on my Apple Watch Ultra. This is one of my favorite materials. I'm studying mechanical engineering, so again, I study materials and I love titanium. It's one of my favorite. It's actually very difficult to manufacture, I've learned about that, but if Apple can find a way to make it on a scale, on a huge scale, because iPhones sell by the millions, then if they make it affordable enough and good enough to make it scaled up, then I do believe it will be a nice addition for the iPhone lineup. It's so crazy that nowadays we are discussing that Apple is putting titanium on a phone, while, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago we were discussing, oh, they will put one more lens, oh, they will reduce the bezels, oh my god, they are going to remove the iPhone jack. No, the iPhones are maturing now. Apple is entering the way of the car. They are changing a bit of materials, just a tiny bit of design, they are doing some facelifts, and they are making their iPhone as stale as possible, all the upgrades as iterative as possible, so they do not have these dry events, just like the iPad Pro. The iPad Pro, they released this insane iPad Pro in 2018, and then no one wants to buy another iPad Pro for ages, because I still use my iPad Pro from 2018. It's still great, still crazy. I don't have the need for the M1, I don't have the need for the M2, nor the 2020 version that they released a bit after. No, I just love my 2018 iPad Pro. It's like 5 years old, going to 6 next year. Still use it, still a great, great tablet. So Apple needs to be careful when they are designing and launching their new iPhones. But again, the iPhone 15 titanium version with USB-C, the iPhone 15 Pro, will be a huge, huge deal. While with the cameras, they need to improve it, because the cameras need to improve every single year. And if Apple can launch another upgrade for these cameras, it would be great. On the iPhone 14, they launched the 48 megapixel sensor. The 48 megapixel sensor was a really good upgrade because it enabled Apple to make more with their cameras. The sensor was bigger, so the bokeh was better. The sensor being bigger also let in more light, which improved night photography and during the day make the footage just look better and sharper. And of course, finally, the detail that you can get with a 48 megapixel sensor on the raw images is insane when you are taking landscape photography or building photography. Again, this is really good because now with the iPhone 14s, you don't need to use portrait mode as often because the lens can create this natural bokeh. It's not as much as if it was a complete camera, just like the Sony camera that I'm using right now, or the portrait mode, which is fake bokeh. No, it's really good because it's a natural bokeh, but it's not that heavy. But if Apple can make the sensor even bigger and better, then they can improve on that realm. But according to rumors, the only thing that it will be improved on these iPhones, the only big thing that is going to be improved on this year's iPhone 15 will be the telephoto camera. So, according to rumors, the telephoto camera is going to disappear, giving it place for a periscope lens. This could be around a 6x or 10x periscope lens. We are still not sure, but I do believe it makes really sense, because Apple introduced on the iPhone 14s the 2x button with the 48 megapixel sensor. Another advantage of having this big sensor is that you can crop in on it and make a 2x photography without losing any quality. This is really insane and allow Apple to put a 2x telephoto without needing to put another lens. This was really useful, but made the 3x telephoto really redundant, because you don't need to have a 2x and a 3x. Just doesn't make any sense. I never use the 2 or the 3. I just use the 3 or the 2. But I don't know. I never use the 3x because I just have the 2x, which is actually better quality in low light. It's weird to tell you, but you will understand if you have the iPhone 14 Pro. And yeah, Apple doesn't need to put another 3x telephoto. Just remove it, put a periscope lens there, it's done. I do believe it's Apple's best choice to do. I don't know if they have space enough to put it on the Pros, but according to rumors, Apple is only going to put it on the iPhone 15 Pro Max, not the iPhone 15 Pro, which is kind of disappointment, because people that like small phones, they will be obliged to choose between having a periscope lens or buying the bigger phone. I can tell you that buying the iPhone Pro Max, if you don't like it, it's not a pleasant experience. It's big, really bulky, it doesn't fit well on your pocket. I would prefer to buy the smaller version, but because of the big display, the big battery, I actually understand and I actually chose to buy the bigger model. But if Apple finds a way to make an iPhone 15 Pro with amazing periscope lens, then I do believe lots of people will buy it, because again, there's a lot of people that don't like the Pro Max model and they are just waiting to buy the iPhone Pro model with periscope lens. But let me know in the comments down below if a periscope lens is for you. If you don't know what it is, quick explanation. A periscope lens is just a lens that can zoom further, because the technology is different. It has two mirrors, one here and one right here, and when the light hits one, it will reflect to the other one, essentially making a bigger sensor than it is on a very tight space. Because if you don't know, when you want to make a telephoto lens, a lens that can go really further, you need to use a big lens, like you need to have lots of glass, lots of space. That's why when you see like a 200mm lens for a camera, it's this big, and a 15mm lens for a camera is this big. That's just the size of the glass that you need to have inside. That's why on a small phone, you do this periscope lens technology, which is just having mirrors in different positions, reflecting light, which would make the space that they have more efficient, creating an illusion for the sensor that the lens is bigger than it is. This enables phone brands to make telephoto lens go up 10x, 12x, 15x maybe in the future. This is really exciting technology and I cannot wait to see it on the iPhone. To finish off these iPhone leaks, we need to talk about the price, which, sorry to disappoint you, but it's going up. The iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Plus will probably keep the same prices. And this is good because Apple needs to sell more of these normal iPhones. Last year, the iPhone 14 and 14 Plus, they sold not that well compared to the Pros. And that reflected on Apple's earnings. So this year, they just need to make the iPhone 15 and 15 Plus more enticing, because it's the cheaper model, and if it's more enticing, Apple will sell tons and tons of them, like really. The amount of these phones, Apple will sell like millions and millions of them. So Apple needs to improve and make them more. So Apple needs to improve and make these phones more enticing. And how can they do that? Well, make the Pro models more expensive. So people that want to buy the Pro models, buy the Pro models, and Apple makes more money on a bigger profit margin. While the people that actually say, no, that's too much for me, I will buy the iPhone 15 and 15 Plus, then it's a win-win situation because they will end up buying the normal iPhones. While these iPhones, I do believe, they are going down in cost of manufacturing, so the profit margins are also going up. Because it's the third or fourth year that Apple is actually designing these phones with almost the same design, the same features, the same camera set. So these phones, I do believe, are the bread and butter in terms of profit margins because they are easy to manufacture. While the Pro models having Thunderbolt speeds USB-C, titanium frames, these technology-leading displays with small bezels, well, I do believe they are getting expensive this year. But how expensive? Well, according to rumors, Apple is going to remove the base price iPhone. So the model of 128GB model is going to disappear, increasing the price of the iPhone by around $100. Again, the price won't increase, the base model will disappear. So the starting price will increase. But again, only if you buy the normal base model iPhone, like the iPhone 14 Pro 128GB model, you will feel the increase in prices. If you normally buy the 256, 512, 1TB, I do believe Apple is keeping those on the same price. But I'm not sure. We never know. Leaks, you always take them with a huge grain of salt. Well, of course, the Pro Max model will start, instead of starting at $1,100, will start at $1,200. So, quite expensive. But I do believe with titanium, with USB-C Thunderbolt, with an industry-leading display and better cameras, let's see what happens. Let's see if they are worth it. Let's see Apple make their case on September 12th, according to Mark Gurman.